right, Matrixx and Rhodes Show supporters. Well, this is a follow-up video to one I did last week or week before on Tractor Supply. We made that video, Robbie Starbuck on X, and he's got various platforms, came out and really exposed Tractor Supply and all of its pride efforts and initiatives and all their DEI initiatives that they had at the company. And I said it was worse than Bud Light. Why? Because, well, Tractor Supply's obvious customer base is very red, very conservative, and very rural, right? So there has been a victory here. Tractor Supply has come out and they have completely course corrected, and which is shocking when you think about versus a company like Disney or Target that did not go in and make sweeping policy changes to try to course correct and get out of this. Well, we've got reaction from proud Americans on that decision. However, now they're being targeted. Tractor Supply is being targeted by the National Black Farmers Association. I mean, really? Seriously? DEI initiatives make that big of a difference to farmers that you're willing to pull your business from Tractor Supply? You can't bend the knee. You should have never gotten involved to begin with, Tractor Supply, and now you wouldn't be under fire. But we're going to take a look at that. First, let's go to the update. After 3 weeks of researching and reporting on Tractor Supply going woke, they responded with the most dramatic policy reversal I've ever seen. This is a massive victory for sanity and the single biggest boycott win of our lifetime. My reaction and strategy going forward. And it goes on to talk about his subscribers. And they did. They did a major course correction. Let me go over here to Axios, right? Tractor Supply's announcement marks the latest and clearest sign and strength of the backlash to the DEI movement. All right, they abolished a slew of diversity and environmental goals. For the past year, companies have been quietly pulling away from DEI in the face of social media pressure and growing legal threats. Still, companies mostly said they continue to believe in the spirit of fostering diverse, inclusive environments. Tractor Supply's announcement is notable for boldly declaring a break with all of it in the middle of Pride Month. Bravo. And they did. They came out and said, no, we're not doing this any longer. Now, okay, there's one slight issue I've got here, and that is the fact that the leadership is still there. I do have an issue with that. I would love to see them get new leadership. But I like the fact that they stepped out there, they abolished all these policies. Okay, they got rid of them. Now, you bend the knee to the wokes, this is what happens. You shouldn't have got involved to begin with. The Black Farmers Association is now calling for the CEO's resignation after the company cuts its DEI efforts. Well, he was the sumbitch that put it all in place to begin with. All right? Frankly, if they get rid of him, I'm not going to feel bad. I think that's a win. All right? The National Black Farmers Association called on Tractor Supply's president and CEO Tuesday to step down after the rural retailer announced it would drop most of its corporate diversity and climate advocacy efforts. Bravo. The resignation demand emerged as Tractor Supply, which sells products ranging from farming equipment to pet supplies, faces a deepening backlash over its decision, which itself came after conservative activists spoke out against the company to work to be more socially inclusive and to curb climate change. In a public announcement last week, the company said it would eliminate all of its DEI inclusion roles and end sponsorships of, quote, non-business activities like pride festivals and withdraw from goals reducing carbon emissions. Bravo. I mean, seriously, that's a great decision. Critics of the new position argue that Tractor Supply is giving in to hate and harming its customers by abandoning crucial principles. No, we don't want to see the racism involved in DEI hiring practices. It's okay to be racist as long as it's against white people. I mean, that's not saying that anybody that wants to go to work and move up the food chain in a Tractor Supply can't go get a job, apply effort, and move up the food chain. Of course they can. And this does not affect black farmers at all, other than the fact that they know this has happened. They're not going to get treated poorly by anybody that's working at Tractor Supply or any differently than anybody else working at Tractor Supply. But it's okay if they treat white people different? Is that what we're doing here? Quote, I'm appalled by the decision. John Boyd Jr. said, president and founder of the National Black Farmers Association, in an interview. I see this as rolling back the clock with race relations. So racism is okay as long as it's the other way around. I mean, that's what we're doing here. Because the country is so divided on race, especially in rural America. Well, you're right. DEI policies are racist. That's the thing. Tractor Supply declined to comment on Tuesday. I mean, seriously. Boyd said Tractor Supply stores can be found where much of the NBFA's 130,000 members are located. Like other farmers said, black farmers have shopped at the chain for years. Boyd is also a Tractor Supply shareholder, estimated personally spending more than $10,000 at his local store since January alone, buying supplies like fencing wire and feed for his cattle and horses in Virginia. Before the company's announcement, conservative activists opposed to DEI efforts, sponsorship of LGBTQ plus events, and climate advocacy has spent weeks criticizing Tractor Supply on social media. You know what's so odd about this? At what point did black Americans become so okay with all this pride crap? Because that's kind of odd. I don't know a single black person that's down with any of that shit. I don't. I mean, unless they are literally like gay or lesbian, the straight people I know that are black, they're not down with that shit at all. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, why are they coming out? Why are they upset by the pride stuff? Seriously. There's no racism involved in not having DEI policies. None. You're asking for special treatment just because you're black. No, that's called racism the other way around, too. You hire the best people for the jobs, and that's all there is to it. Oddly enough, this sort of backfires on them if they fire the CEO. And what I mean by that is we'd like to see the CEO go, too, for having gotten involved to begin with. So, oddly enough, their protest may actually work out in conservatives' favor. And I would love to know, peel back the curtain, how many members of the National Black Farmers Association are actually conservative and Trump supporters? My gut feeling is a hell of a lot of them. So at what point is there backlash against them for having decided to do this to begin with? I mean, seriously. That doesn't pass the sniff test for me. And very quickly, let me just go back over here. This is Starbucks Post right here. And just a little feedback on this after the DEI initiatives are gone. Yeah. Congrats. I haven't heard it about their issues until yesterday, and I was depressed that I was going to have to shop somewhere else. I only have one store credit card, and it is theirs. Happy to see I won't have to return it. Tractor Supply is smarter than Bud Light. Yep, attaboy. Good job, Robbie. Great work. God bless you, Robbie, and your team. I am truly grateful for everything you do. Wow, Robbie, this is fantastic. You rock. Wow, thank you. All of your great hard work. And that, of course, is because Robbie Starbuck, completely exposed that crap from Tractor Supply and his investigation work. So that worked out well, and I'm glad. It's a good pivot because that's a very convenient place to shop. We're out in rural East Texas. I mean, we spend real money at Tractor Supply. And I'm working on land in a cabin right now. I mean, they're right down the road from my house to be able to run and buy supplies. Bravo. It's great. Now, let's see if they mess around and bend the knee and get shady because of the backlash they're getting now. We'll have to see. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.